All right, Junkie Nation, look who we got. It's an absolute killer. Christian Lee, the Warrior. He's got one of them one championship Grand Prix belts that's so slick. I can't wait to touch one of those things, man. I was checking it out on Instagram earlier, and he's the current one championship lightweight champion. He's got a title defense coming up on April 14th at 1 on TNT 2. That's right, a 1 month series where all the best fighters on one championship will be live on TNT. What's up, Christian? How are you, man?
I'm doing good, man. Thank you guys for having me.
Hey, our pleasure, man. Which one of those belts do you like better? Because I'm leaning towards the Grand Prix one. If I got it right, and the one you were holding up on your Instagram, man, maybe it was because it looked different. Who knows? But it stood out to me. It was popping.
Man, I'm so grateful to have the lightweight belt. But as soon as I won the Grand Prix belt and I was holding it up, that thing is just so cool. It's really nice, and it's actually quite a bit heavier, maybe 5-10 pounds heavier than my other belt. So, they're both great, but the Grand Prix belt is definitely special.
Nice. Well, you'll have a chance to keep on defending and adding other belts. So lucky you. You know what I mean? Like seriously, that's some nice hardware you got there. But I wanted to ask you a question. When you fought in the Grand Prix final, I realized you came into the tournament after it had started, but you were already the champ. Could that have been was it ever offered to you as a title defense while you competed in the Grand Prix? And I noticed it only went 3 rounds. So was that ever in the play?
Well, they did offer that up. They said, do you want to make it a title defense? And, for me, I wouldn't mind making a title defense. In my opinion, Dagi, he was the number one contender anyways. But, the tournament was for the Grand Prix belt. And I was taking the fight on 8 days' notice. So, I was more than happy to take a 3-rounder. And also, the Grand Prix winner was the rightful owner of the title shot. So, in my opinion, I felt that, if Dagi had won it, then he would definitely be next in line. But because of the fact that he didn't win the Grand Prix yet, I figured I might as well jump in there and just fight for the Grand Prix belt, fight for the right to fight myself, basically.
I like it. A little bit of an insurance policy. But at the same time, it worked out because you still have both belts. And now, of course, with things loosening up and it looks like one championship is going to hit their stride on TNT, we got all these fight cards coming up. Now you get Tim Nasty. I'm not going to attempt to spell his or pronounce his last name, but I think Tim Nasty's cool enough. I've seen Tim Nasty fight before. If I'm not mistaken, I think he's the one that hung the L on Alvarez. But let's talk about that. You're in full camp. Again, your Instagram reveals it all. It looks like you guys have a lot of quality training partners. How are things going?
Oh, things going great. I've been in camp for about 3 weeks now of solid, hard training. And really just, amid the pandemic, I'm just grateful to have a room full of great training partners and to be able to train in this world-class facility here every single day. And I feel like the preparation is going really well. Still got about 7 more weeks before I fight. So everything's going really smooth, working on descending my weight right now. But so far, camp's going great.
And at the same time, April's going to be a big month because it looks like that's when you're going to become a dad. So
yeah.
How's that going? Where are you able to focus on just fighting, or have there been like doctor checkups that you have to go, or any sort of classes? Like, how have you been able to juggle the two, or have you just been a fight camp guy and that's it?
No, I think it's the best to just have a healthy balance between the two. I haven't missed any one of my wife's pregnancy checkups so far, and I don't plan on it. But I am going to be flying out at pretty far along in her pregnancy. She's going to be about 37 weeks, and her expected due date is April 26th. So I'm going to be flying to Singapore. I'm going to be fighting on April 8th, but the fight will broadcast on April 14th as it's a pre-recorded show. But then from there, I'm on the first fight back home. So, for me, I'm absolutely 100% focused on my fight, but I'm just praying to God that I get back in time before my baby is born, because I definitely wouldn't want to miss that for the world.
Christian, now a situation like that, does it give you more motivation or is it a little bit more stressful for you?
No, it's just more motivation for me. I love the pressure. I love having more at stake. It just helps me to push harder. And with my wife being pregnant at the time, it's just even more reason to push for an early finish because I don't want her to have to stress out watching me fight.
Your opponent, he's got some good skins on his wall, but he's had some hiccups along the way. Right now, he seems like he's on a decent streak. Do you feel like he's turned things around, or when you look at him, do you feel like there's still some holes that you can exploit?
Well, Timofey, he's a dangerous fighter, and one thing I respect about him is that he's really a true fighter at heart. Like he's always going for the finish no matter what, and he's taken a few losses. He's gotten knocked out by Dagi. He's gotten submitted a few times in his career as well. But he's always ready to fight, and he likes to come out of the gates like it's a street fight. So that really makes him dangerous. And I think his matchup with Eddie, he kind of just came out there a little bit too calm, maybe underestimated him a bit, and that's really the worst thing you can do with an opponent like Timofey. So I'm definitely gonna have my hands up and be ready for a fight.
Again, going back to your Instagram, I was just kind of doing a little bit of a deep dive, and you have endorsed a multi-promotion matchup versus Khabib Nurmagomedov. And I was wondering, what kind of feedback did you get? I mean, we know it's a long shot because the UFC hasn't cross-promoted it in a long time, though they have before, but they haven't done it in a long time. But what was the initial reaction? Did it pick up any traction anywhere? And how have you pictured a fight like that going? Because I'm sure you've envisioned mixing it up versus the Great Russian.
Yeah, I think I was just, it just popped up on my phone. I saw, I don't know, I think it was One Championship that posted it, and I was like, man, that's great. I would love to have an opportunity to fight Khabib. He's definitely a legend of the sport already, and he's had an amazing career in in UFC. So I'd love to do a cross promotion event, One Championship against the UFC, and I think it would make for a great fight for the fans, and definitely a fight I would feel confident going into. I respect Khabib and all he's accomplished, but I believe in my skill set as well. So I would definitely take that fight any day. Although he has retired though, so I don't want to call anybody out, especially somebody that's retired for a good cause. So just nothing but respect for him.
If I were, let's say I was a billionaire and I convinced all of the top lightweights to get together. So I'm going to throw in PFL's Natan Schulte and Bellator's Patricio Pitbull Freire, along with you and Khabib. You four, we grab names out of a hat. We agree on a similar set of rules. Who do you think gets there? Who do you think gets to the finals?
I think that would be me and Khabib in the finals for sure.
Nice. All right. Yeah. Those are some great lightweights that I just named off. Natan Schulte's won twice that $1 million tournament. And of course, Patricio Pitbull is a champ. Khabib's undefeated. And look at you, man. Grand Prix. You're also the undisputed champ. Those are some studs, some killers. I wish we could make it happen.
Oh, definitely. I would love for that to happen as well.
Yeah. All right. First things first, you got Tim Nasty on April 14th. We're looking forward to it. It's going to be a nice run there on TNT, One Championship. I know Demetrius, he's going to challenge Adriano Moraes. I know Eddie Alvarez, he's fighting Yuri Lapicus, who you just defended against. We got a lot of the top names that are going to be fighting in the month of April on TNT. So we're definitely looking forward to it. I want to thank you again for the time today, Christian. It's always a great time talking to you, and hopefully we can do this again soon after your fight.
All right, man. Anytime. Thanks for having me.